So in our last segment of In the Dirt, we talked with Leo Gilbo, a crop farmer in Ontario that does a very good job of applying the 4R standards on his own farm and probably goes above and beyond. In this segment, we're going to talk or take a look at it from an agronomist's point of view. We'll visit with Dale Cowan from AGRIS. And in Dale's presentation, pay attention to what he says about soil testing and the timing of soil testing. Also, he has this great acronym called MOM, and it's really worthwhile paying attention to his explanation of that acronym that he applies. The other thing that Dale talks a lot about is technology, the tools that are available, and the fact that we're all partners in this. It's a collaborative effort, and Dale is very good at making sure that we're all talking together, we're all working together to try and achieve the targets of applying nutrients at the right rate, from the right source, at the right time, and in the right place.
So by now, I think everyone understands what the 4R nutrient stewardship program is about. The right product, right time, right place. It certainly gives us a template to look at managing nutrient very effectively in terms of answering some of the issues around both harmonizing the environmental and agronomic issues on farms today. I think it also plays very well into the sustainability issues on many farms today. It allows us to look at production practices in the context of minimizing the environmental footprint, optimizing harvested yield, and maximizing nutrient utilization, which spells MOM for short. So it gives us an opportunity to obey MOM on our farms today. So when it comes to sustainability, my definition involves around creating and fostering those enduring practices that help us to meet those environmental initiatives as well as maintaining productivity. And the way we go about that is first of all, creating the need, and that means working with farmers and understanding their production practice and using the agronomic tools that we have available to us today. So when it comes to working on farm hand in hand with the farmer, it really is a collaborative approach. We use a lot of research, a lot of technology. We are a science-based, evidence-based industry, so we're always looking for the latest research to help us create those practices that are going to meet the objectives on farm. One of the practices that we really start with is soil testing. We need to assess the carrying capacity, the nutrient capacity of the soil, or the soil's ability to supply nutrient. And once we have that, then we can determine what the nutrient needs might be once we have a conversation with the farmer about his production goals and what he's after from his cropping practices. So getting back to the soil test for a minute, we're very important that we use current information. We shouldn't be using soil tests that are more than 3 to 5 years old. Just as you wouldn't use a financial statement from 1985 to make an economic decision on your farm today, we shouldn't be doing that with our soil tests either. So keeping a regular soil test regime going on fields is very important to keep things current, make sure we understand how fast crops are drawing down. And if we look at soil tests, phosphorus and potash levels in the province over the last 15 years, they have been declining. So we are not over-fertilizing. We're getting some of those high test fields are coming down. Some of the low test fields are building up a little bit. We're getting to that sweet spot where we can maintain high yield and maintain those production goals that all the farmers want to have. So once we have that soil report, it's going to help us determine the need for nutrients, and then that gives us the amounts, and then we can choose the appropriate products. And then in conversation with the farmer, there are many ways, as there are farmers, to apply the nutrients. So some pre-plant, some in a starter, some side dress, some late in season. Allows us to optimize the timing of nutrients to make sure we meet those high yield demands for those crops for nutrients at certain times of the year. And so we have a number of tools available, including a lot of the GPS precision ag technologies, which play a big part in being more site-specific in our approach to crop management. So most large farms today have made pretty big investments in precision ag technology, guidance systems, variable rate planting, variable rate fertilizer, as well as the industry. Being an agronomist, the company I work for, we've made heavy investment in variable rate application technologies, and this really gets at the essence of putting nutrients exactly where they're needed to meet the crop demands, which also then has the benefit of reducing the environmental footprint when we put the right nutrient in the right spot at the right time. So when it comes to protecting the Great Lakes and reducing phosphorus runoff, usually it's usually a very complicated system. To make it simple at first, you got to have a source load. You got to have a source of phosphorus that's ready to move off a field, and secondly, you need a transport mechanism, some agent, some ways for it to move off the field edge into surface water. And after that, that's as simple as it gets. It gets very complicated when you take into account crop rotation, residue management, tillage practices, fertilizer placement. All these things play into just how much phosphorus will move off the field. So this is where we need the 4R nutrient stewardship program to get the right rate, right time, right place, right products, working with researchers to understand are there better ways to do things, and working with farmers to be effective in how we manage nutrients on farm, and put in place those practices that are going to help minimize that runoff and still maintain the productivity that are so vital to our farms and our communities today.
So there you have it. We've got a great perspective from Dale Cowan on the role the agronomists play and the technology that's available to help us put the 4R stewardship program into place. In the next episode, we'd like to talk with farm equipment dealers and discuss with them their role in supplying the equipment to help you achieve the 4R objectives on your farm.